this is so I am still taking some viewer submissions. This is a build around submission for a 2-card combo that exists in Standard that's rather cheeky. So you've got Underworld Dreams here that says, whenever an opponent draws a card, Underworld Dreams deals 1 damage to that player. And then Peer into the Abyss says, target player draws cards equal to half their library and loses half their life round up each time. So Underworld Dreams in play. You cast Peer into the Abyss, targeting your opponent, they die, is the basic idea. And I've taken that kind of, we've played like this mostly black control shell. I'm splashing green for Binding of the Gods here. And both Binding and Solemn ramp us here, which is nice to help us get into Peer into the Abyss a little bit sooner. And then ramping into Blood in the Snow is also nice too as our sweeper. Then we got Mazemind Tome for some selection, then other cards to help keep us alive down here. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see if we can get people. So, you know, sometimes when we're working on decks on stream, we're like trying to minimize, maximize, and make them as competitive as possible. Other decks like this one, we're attempting to just like accomplish a goal. And this is definitely a do the thing deck. Lost Axiom, thanks for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. Yeah, Cool Stuff Inc. delivers internationally. Oh, my camera's in the very wrong spot. How'd that happen? It is the new camera angle, silly. I've replaced my cheap USB webcam with an actual professional camera. I don't know. My face is kind of small, so I don't know if that makes a huge difference, but it was something I wanted to try. It's the picture's a little bit crisper. You could tell the camera's different a bit better when I use the full camera scene, but we don't use this one super often, so. Jury is still out on if seeing my ugly face in higher definition is an upgrade or a downgrade to the stream. Morning therapy. And actually, so like, I had someone else mention, they're like, oh, is it 4K? And it's actually still just 1080p. But the actual picture quality is still better. Like, not all 1080 is equal. Having a real lens on the camera makes a difference. That's true. That's true. Haley will be much higher quality now. Okay, so opponents on Abzan, maybe a Doom Foretold deck. They notably don't have a Yorion, though. Not playing on the ladder. Oh, did I click the wrong button? I totally clicked the wrong button. I must have clicked unranked. That's fine. Well, the ladder just reset anyways. We're at a rank floor, so I'll switch after this. Well, that was intentional. That was unintentional. I only need 1 green, so I guess we just do this. Ah, just 19 more turns, chat. I'm gonna bind my old gods. I killed a rampant growth and cast my own. Yo, dog, I heard you like binding, so I binding the binding that binding my binding. Ooh. I guess they did play a Valky earlier. here, right? Does Seergard work if they discard to hand size? It does, but if they're discarding, in order for them to discard to hand size, they have to take a turn, and the odds they can't kill your tier grid after they draw half their deck is like really low. And when we're not under any pressure, we can afford to do that. All right. Gotta discard 16 cards. It's so hard to tell what's going on. Imagine resolving this on mobile. I can't really tell what I've kept. Alright, let's find out. Okay, we kept double Peer, double Dreams, Tomb this. This sounds good. Yeah, I couldn't tell what wasn't highlighted in the middle. So now, next turn, I have 9 mana. So next turn, I can go land, Mazemind, Underworld Dreams, and Binding. All at the same time. Hey, Vorsmith, thanks for the 25 months. Welcome back. Okay, so we died. We died because I didn't keep an answer to clicks. That's unfortunate. So if I would have kept a Soul Shatter, we might have been okay there. Or a Heartless Act. Blood on the Snow seems bad. Spirit of Aldergard comes in as an extra threat in the control matchup. I think I'll take Duress and Remorse. The rest of this seems fine. Well, I can see. So for people that aren't familiar, you can't kill Vornklex with a Saga. So Sagas have no, Sagas don't get counters and don't trigger. Oh, you're memeing. Okay, sure. How does Vornklex work with my tomes? It means they can just get to activate forever. Wow. Monster took our Underworld Dreams. Hey, David, thanks for the follow. There's 2 Davids that followed in the last 10 minutes. Both of you, welcome to the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and draw with this turn, and then next turn we can Heartless plus draw again. Yeah, it's funny. I'm qualified for the Mythic weekend this month, but I don't actually think I'm gonna play in it because it's sealed, and I don't really have a desire to play sealed. Hey, Gandalf, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. Am I... The Sphinx, thanks for the 18 months. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think I'm just playing another Mazemind Tome. I want to keep activating these. Get my card drying. Correct. Yeah, the Mythic qualification is use it or lose it. Use this one now to gain 4 life. And then I didn't use this one because I want to get the extra scries for free. Let's draw for turn. Thanks for shipping the prime this way again. Good morning and welcome back. Yeah. All right, we're super dead. There. Their combo is a little bit easier to pull together than ours. Should have maybe realized what they were doing in the first game and kept a removal spell for the Vornclicks. I think if I would have kept another removal spell in that first game, we might have been okay there. Miller! Thank you for the 3 entire years. I appreciate it. When Vornclicks attacked us for a bunch and we died. Underworld Dreams plus Peer kills your opponent. Press a pick. The sub is almost half the age of my daughter, who's turning 3 in a few days, and neither seem to have been around that long. Ain't that the truth, disposable hero? Ain't that the truth? I really don't like the design on this card. And I guess it's from Eldraine, so that makes sense. But this is such a high variance card. Like, the power level of this card when you draw it in multiples versus not is just like so night and day different. It's really just such a incredibly swingy effect. Hey, thanks for the half a year, Mom. Blueburn. Welcome back. Oh, we're dead next turn, right? Are we? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and then even though I'm only going to 1, this deals the damage when it dies. So again, 6 mana sweeper is real slow here. Definitely not good enough against aggro, even with a couple of removal spells before him. I think we have to trim one of each of the combo pieces. We're just real slow here. I think Blood on the Snow, likewise, is pretty slow. Elspeth's Nightmare. Probably keep the 2, but don't board in more of them. Maybe I don't want all of these, actually. Let's go just cowards trim all the way around, just like 3s and everything. Sure. I want to wait to play this. Thanks for the mutate deck. Take Bezos money, please. Only 8 more months for a sword. Thanks for the 30 euros, Stiggy. I'm glad you're on the mutate deck. I am too. I've got two Magic tournaments I'm playing in this coming weekend, and mutate's definitely going to be one of them. I might play mutate in one and Runestorm in the other. We'll see. Might also see how the first one goes. No 3 mana play. It's real good for the home team. Geeker! Thanks for the 1.5 years. Good morning. Sunshine, thanks for the 26 months. I don't know. I think the 5. Does someone ask about the 5 mana sweeper? I think sweepers in general tend to be too slow a lot of the time in this format. You need to be killing things as you go up the curve. It's a different world too. We're like, and obviously, you know, we're playing against mono red right now. So like, okay, you're playing against mono red. They had all things that cost 3 or less. So like that sweeper looks ideal. But like, there's a different world where we're playing against a different deck, and they have a creature that it doesn't hit. And like, as is always the case with an interactive deck, you're picking and choosing what you're beating and what you're losing to. Are they out of a 3rd land? That's real good for us. Sure. These are land 5. This is land 6. Considering I don't know what Thieving Skydiver is, I'm gonna say no. Make a command here for the camera, shall we? Huh. I'm keeping that. Oh no! Streamer man made a typo while trying to type and play at the same time. Some mod, be productive and fix it. I guess I draw now in case we draw a deadweight. So 8. We died 6, 7, 8, 9, not quite. Alright, blood on the snow's bad. What are we doing? Shadows? Shadows, how it's called? Oh, the apostrophe's at the end, sure. How many lands do I want? Put some temples in here. But swamp. Crippling fright. How do I believe you? It's not a real card. It's not even a legal card. Crippling fear. Nah, it's real bad. I'm pretty sure that's worse than Extinction Event. Hey, thanks for the 16 months, Alistair. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hey, thanks for the 34 months, Sniv. Good morning, good morning. By the way, we've had a ton of resubs this morning, so I'm assuming some of you missed it when it went out this weekend. I sent out my beginning of the month sub survey. So if you have opinions on the ratio of my content, you want to see more historic, more standard, Runeterra, Mythgard variety stuff, feedback on any of that is appreciated on the survey. Just a couple of multiple choice questions, then an optional free answer component. Yeah, bottoming the land, we've got a lot of lands with like a little bit more action. Maybe based on the fact that they were showing Yorion to start, I was supposed to bottom the Heartless Act and keep the binding. See that? I don't, Niv. Hopefully this week. Do this as a discard spell with suspend 1 here. Hey, thanks for the Prime Doji. I appreciate the 14 months. Welcome back. Remember too, we're talking about the Hoaglandia Opens coming back too. If you're a Prime sub, that counts as being a subscriber for the Hoaglandia Opens. So any type of sub, Prime sub, tier 1, gift sub, all that jazz lets you participate in the event on the 21st. Full details on that on the Melee page. It is a historic event. If you're more of a fan of Standard than Historic, and we're planning to do Standard after the next set releases in April. I'll likely be going back to doing these events on the regular. Kyle, thank you for the 26 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Probably fine, right? I'm still 2 turns off of casting this, so I can play and activate this next turn, and also Heartless Act, which is nice. Hey, thanks for 29 months back. So fair warning to people that are interested in getting on coverage in the Hoots tournament. I'm going to be giving my match picker the instructions that they're going to be avoiding Claim the Firstborn and Muxus decks until that's all we have left in matches to pick from. So, we intentionally pick for sweet decks in those tournaments, so if you want to play something stock, you're going to have to, like, win the tournament to have a chance to get on coverage. We're going to be considering house bans again going forward. Nah, not as long as formats are reasonable. I only intend to do house bans if both historic and standard are bad. And if both historic and standard are bad, I'm not really sure Magic's going to be I'm not expecting to have a repeat of 2020. It's just like the TLDR. Do you have any tips for an aspiring math teacher? Yeah, always answer a question with a question. Don't lecture. Don't force people to memorize. We're in Terra Hoots when they have a tournament client that we can use, or when they have a third-party site that makes it possible. Has always been the answer. We didn't run Magic tournaments for a long time because MTG Melee didn't exist. Without a tool like MTG Melee, I wouldn't be running Magic tournaments. You know, honestly, I think I just give them these two, because if they don't have a counterspell, we kill them with the Pier next turn, right? No, melee is good and works because it has a bunch of Magic-specific features on it. It integrates, if you've never used Melee before, it integrates things like deck lists when pairing, and it integrates things like serving up Arena ID for direct challenges. It does a ton of great stuff. Yeah, it was created expressly for the purpose of playing Magic. All the community Runeterra tournaments run on websites like Smash.gg, and like Battlefy, and like tournaments run on those are super tedious. Well, that would imply they don't have a counterspell, because that's just resolved. So are we gonna get to do the thing? Are we gonna get to punk Sultai chat? Come on, play this Mazemind Tome. Do it! Play the Mazemind Tome, opponent! Oh, they could have Disdainful Stroke, right? Let me get Disdainful Stroked. Boo. Yeah! Triggers. Yeah, stroke that one. Got him. Alright, listen, chat. Mark it down as success. Here, on this day of days, we have peered into the soul. We have peered into the soul of the Orion player, and we have found them wanting. Upon this day, they were judged unworthy. Peer deeply within them. Underworld Dreams goes brrr. You peer into the abyss, and the abyss peers back. We try the camera on both sides of the face. We actually can't, because moving the camera mount is a significant amount of work. It's not just like, oh, we can have some camera reception, chat. We can have camera reception. Okay, hold on. So I have the webcam still, and you can actually see the pictures kind of side by side here, and you can see what the camera quality looks like different. You can see my top one looks much better. You can see it's got real camera on like a mount and stuff. It's not just a crappy little webcam that I can take and pull around like this. The colors are much better on the real camera. You're not wrong. I need multiple Jeffs on screen at all times. I need more Jeffs. All right, that's clearly the solution we need. I'm just gonna put me in both corners. Twice the Jeff, chat. What could go wrong? I'm gonna Duress now, because they had a bunch of ramp spells. We might want to take one of those. I need Jeff's on screen like an MMO interface. I'm gonna take Aldrin's Epiphany. Let's get rid of their extra turn spell. So, I'm aware that the lighting in my room kind of sucks, but as someone who's put up professional lighting while he streams, having 8 hours of like a real light directly on my face every day just destroys my eyes. So, that's not an option to improve. Thanks for the 23 months, Ghosted. Welcome back. I think we take this as bait. I am still using a standing desk, JW. If you put yourself on both sides of the screen, can you argue with yourself? I mean, of course I can argue with myself. We're definitely just killing their binding here, right? Thanks for the biddies, Boston. Negate me, daddy. Listen, chat, we don't kink shame people here in Hoaglandia. If they're here because they want to see my face, let them be here for my face, okay? I don't know why that would be why they're here for, but you know, to each their own. Ooh, that's a good one. We've had first Duress, but what about second Duress, chat? Hey, good to have you, Talheeden. Yeah, signups are open for the Hoots tournament. We are limiting the tournament to 256 players. So if you think you're going to play, make sure you sign up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wonderful to see them kill Solemn here. Yeah, the tournament structure for the Hoaglandia tournament is double elimination again. A big fan of double elim. It means you know very clearly when you're out. If you haven't played the tournaments before, they pay out based on match record, not on a place standing, so you always know when you're in contention for prizes and when you're not. I always hate that feeling of, like, not knowing if I'm in contention for prizes or if I'm supposed to play based on tiebreakers, so I try to eliminate that from my tournament structure. It's a little bit different than some other tournaments because we don't do a top cut. It's just straight double elim all the way through. I would say we've got huge tracts of land, but, like, we've ramped 3 times, so, like, we're not really that far outside of the norm here. I wouldn't mind top decking this swamp. I could cycle it. This swamp cycles. I've got some sweet decks loaded up for deck voting this week, by the way, chat. There are a ton of neat things that came across my feed over the weekend. It could be right to hold on to this. Although taking Seagate Restoration is nice. Are bicycle lands historically legal? They are, Shuffler. We're gonna die to this Yorion in 3 more hits, chap. Bicycle lands are the 2 mana cycling lands. It's a good top deck. Just a classic 3 ultimatums and 30 cards. Their 80 card deck. Yeah, we need to be able to follow up the double Duress with a little bit of action. We just weren't able to. The fact that they were able to Agonizing Remorse appear we would have been able to draw cards for ourselves with was especially sad. If I take the Cultivate, they just don't have colors, potentially, right? I think we take the Cultivate, and then we plan to take the Epiphany. You'll almost assuredly be qualified if you are 180 with 5 hours out. You'll get an email sometime this week, Alice. It's not automatic. They take their sweet time with it. Just gonna dig them for a black source here. How's the standard cycling deck change in historic or any of the Amin kit cyclers good enough? Not really, Landon. It's about the same. We need a hand suck shirt. I'm sure if you made recommendations, they add new stuff all of the time. I think when I was talking to him, he said they do new launches at the start of every month or so for the Coalescence apparel. They found a schwamp, chat. And then if they binding here, I probably want to binding them back, because binding them back stops them from getting Ketria Triome, which keeps them off of red for casting Valky or Tibalt. Yeah, I don't know that you even really want to play the 1-mana cycling lands, though. I don't think they're particularly good in that deck. I am. Yeah, I'm playing an event on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Saturday, I am playing in an open 2K tournament that Yana Anderson is hosting, and Sunday I'm playing in your streamer thing. We'll be playing Mutate in at least one of those. I might play Runestorm in one as well. I haven't decided yet. Bizit and Bear Gore, if you're still here, thanks for the follows, by the way. Welcome to the channel this morning. You sit on a throne of lies. It's actually really good. They get to take my Solemn, and then they get to turn this into a Solemn and cantrip it when it dies. Soul Shatter now while they're tapped off of able to make it into a Solemn. Rather than repeat myself constantly about decks on the website, let's make a command. This is a great draw there, obviously. I think I'm just drawing with this before they get a chance to kill it. Ooh. I found a piece of candy. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So can't quite this, and this next turn, but... They're gonna get to Yorion here, which is a little annoying. I suppose I can Soul Shatter Underworld Dreams and Tome next turn. Actually, I guess if I draw an untapped land, I'd actually like to Soul Shatter Solemn and draw. Yeah, because so this gets me a land, and then if I do this and do this, the next turn I can this in the same turn. And not give them a chance to kill this. Yeah, the Runeterra spoiler did the official English reveal super late last night, so I did not record it. I'm planning to record a video with that, plus today's spoilers is one at the end of the stream today. Hey, Pixel, thanks for the 3rd of the year. Welcome back. Yep, the Hook Lady tournaments are coming back March 21st. Be sure to check that out on Melee. It's going to be historic for the first one back. Five. Wait, do I have 11 mana? I do, don't I? I can Duress, Dreams, and Abyss here all at once? That's super exciting. Wow. Wow. What did fun ever do to you, opponent? I tweeted out a couple of deck lists that I was working on with the new Runeterra set, so if you wanted some ideas of things I'm thinking about, you can find those up on my Twitter. A lot of deck lists for all sorts of card games up there. Hey, you draw that card, opponent. Take that damage. I'm gonna draw because I can do a discard spell. Bought any new board games recently. My wife actually just got a Kickstarter for something. I forget what it was though. Slewy! Thank you for the 31 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Good morning. You got a Shark Typhoon, opponent. You did! Back it up, pack it in, let me begin. I'm a giver, chat. Am I sure? Of course I'm sure, Arena. I'm a giver. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We did the thing twice, chat. We're double accomplished. Get that. I can solidly stamp exceeds expectations on my deck box. Look at me, Sultai. Look at me, Sultai. I'm the meta deck now. Me. Jeff is drunk. Hey now, I wasn't drawing cards. They were drawing the cards. I'm an old man, Walker. By the time LeBlanc spoiled last night, it was time for bed. Yeah, I mean, I think these, that's awful. I think these, like, mostly black control decks are, like, actually very reasonable in this standard format. We've played a few Jund and other variations. So I think the pure Underworld Dreams is probably too cute. But I think the core idea of what we're doing in general is super reasonable. I already have a play for next turn, so I don't think I'm scrying. Extinction Event out of the sideboard, looking real good. Hey, Snuggle Bear, thanks for the 22 months. Good morning and welcome back. My little Toriel, thanks for the 7 months. Good morning. Probably scrying this turn. I could really need to hit a sweeper. Look at the way they massacred my boy, chat. My boy. Crippling Fear at Toski. Or I could Deadweight at Toski instead of playing a bad card. Or I could Extinction Event at Toski instead of playing a bad card. Oh god, Massacre Worm would be really funny in this matchup, huh? I forgot that card standard legal. Wait, was I supposed to keep that? Maybe I was supposed to keep that, because I'm gaining 4. What are we looking for here? One of our Shadows verdicts? Gosh, we're just like, we're 1 mana off from doing the thing next turn. I just can't keep it. So sad. Imagine if one of these peers was Ugin. Like if we'd just been able to cast Ugin last turn. Yeah, you need 10 mana to peer plus Underworld Dreams, chat. Trim a little bit around the edges, bring in a bunch of removal. We'll always have our match against Sultai in our Heart of Hearts. Yeah. Yeah, so again, just for people that are joining us late, this was a viewer submission that asked me to build with Underworld Dreams plus Peer Through Depths in Standard. I do think while this deck is mostly functional, it is just a worse version of playing like a black control deck with Ugin at the top end. If you haven't seen those Ugin type control decks before, you can look on my YouTube. We played Sultai and Jund Control. Day 9's actually probably played more of it than I have at this point. He's played a bunch as well. I think they're super reasonable in the format. Go golly, thank you for the 19 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Mulligan that with no green. Yeah, this looks fine. Kill Switch, if you're still here, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. Play Mazemind Tome and dig for some lands here, ideally. Hopefully find untapped land on top of our deck and we get to Deadweight plus draw next turn. Would be ideal. Martin Sardnox, thank you for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. Alright, beggars, champion choosers, definitely into the tap land here. Love it. Kill one of these to stop a card draw and a little bit of damage. And then honestly, we probably just set ourselves up to Shadow's Verdict in 2 turns, ideally here, right? We like draw plus maybe Heartless Act next turn, depending on what they do. Are they just drawing Wellspring here? Gem Razor. Oh, that's super rude. That's super rude. Okay, well now we're gonna Binding of the Old Gods that one, because it no longer dies to Shadow's Verdict anyways, so let's get that right on out of there. Nip that one in the bud. Tattoo appointment? Do you live in one of those fancy countries that has COVID under control? Big jealous if you do. If you don't, getting a tattoo during a pandemic seems a little sketch. Ooh. I think we've died, chat. I have a Shadow's Verdict and they have a Tuski. Robo Snake Ape, thank you for the 16 months. Welcome back. Get my 1-for-1 here. The shadows are okay with your squirrels. They're not okay with the rest of it. The rest of it must go. We're very good at this point. Let's try it. Let's try one more here. See if we can get another Mopey control deck. Down here at the platform, rank floor. A friend asked me to watch his kids. We played EDH. He had 2020 precons, and he didn't know modern staple Boyle. He said it needed a nerf, and they should update their paper clients to match the nerf. I mean, to be fair, the kid sounds incredibly smart because Boyle is an absolute dog doo-doo of a design. Cards like Boyle and Blood Moon are not good game design. Those types of effects should be. Squall seems really good against all the bindings going around. Can you define all the bindings going around? Do you mean all the bindings in exactly the Sultai deck that's not the most popular deck in the format by a long shot? So bindings played in like less than 20% of decks in the format, if that? Is that what you mean by all the bindings? Huh. This card's gotta be absurd in this matchup, right? I'm gonna be greedy and keep it on top. You should say all the removal. Oh, really? It's good against all the removal? Really? That's good. It's good against all the removal? I got 4 Soul Shatters and Deadweights in my deck. Like, I get that your, like, answers don't line up, but, like, control decks, like, control decks should be being built to beat that style of effect right now. Like, if your control deck is not being built to beat that style of effect, your deck is built wrong. Is the TLDR. The white aggro deck playing a bunch of indestructible things is what brings it around too. Like even BBD, Brian Brondoon's Rogues deck over the weekend had Deadweights in them, because Deadweight's just like a really good card right now. Soul Shatter's just like a premium removal spell in general right now. It's good against Goldspan Dragon too. More Entombos. Well, our 26 land deck mulliganed to 5 and is now missing its land drops. Which feels bad, man. Can we hit an untapped land this turn? Come on! Well, we tried. Beef Travioli. Thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. Historic isn't a wasteland of linear nonsense. Who said it's not a wasteland of linear nonsense? What Historic have you been playing? my experience in Historic has definitely been, I mean, it's been fun linear nonsense, but it's a lot of linear nonsense. It's a nightmare matchup. This exiles their graveyard. It's kind of slow. We're actually only playing 26 lands in this deck, so like, might be a little on the low side. I have 8 ramp spells though, but it doesn't help if you can't get to 4. What the heck is linear nonsense? Linear decks are decks that are not interested in interacting with their opponent and are looking to largely ignore what the opponent is doing. What deck are you playing, Lucas? So, my experience with people when they talk about non-rotating formats is that their opinion on the format tends to be biased towards the decks that they play. And And I feel like my experience tends to be a little bit more representative because I play a large range of things on stream. That's probably fair. The grind you into nothing. The grind you into nothing control decks do actually seem pretty reasonable and historic. I agree with that. It's the I think I'm fine with this, right? It's the what's it called decks. Mid-range seems largely unplayable in that format. Feels like you need to be at one end of the extreme or the other to be reasonable. I think the Black Devotion deck's the closest thing to a mid-range deck in that format, and that deck's only really playable because it's got basically 2 combo kills in it. Eden, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. I also think that it speaks volumes about a format that, like, someone tells me the format's really interactive, and I ask them what they're playing, and then they tell me they're playing a combo deck, and it's like, your answer tells me a lot about the format. Like, you're not wrong that, like, that deck has some interactive moments, but, like, that deck's also only competitive because it's a combo deck. Whipping Rhinos, thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Arita started playing again because of the mobile client. I agree. I was shocked at how reasonable the Magic Arena mobile client was. Now, Todd Turkey. To be fair and to call a spade, when Splinter Twin was legal in 2015, Jund was actually very good in Modern. As someone who played an incredible amount of Modern during that time period, Jund was genuinely good when Splinter Twin was legal. Dennis! Thank you for the 3/4 of a year and for the tier 3. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Geist of St. Traff is not guaranteed to come to Historic. That was an original Innistrad card, and that set is not legal in Pioneer. Why did they not board claim out? Probably because they didn't know what our deck was. Are we gonna get him, chat? I think we're gonna get him. You gonna step on me? Step on me, daddy. They were debating if they wanted to sacrifice their thing, sure. I'm not surprised we got a mobile client at all. Mobile games make giant piles of money. Anyone surprised there's a mobile client hasn't been paying attention. They're dead, chat. We got him. I get to do the thing again. God bless Mopey mid-range decks. Mopey mid-range decks and dying to a combo. Even more iconic duo. Justin, thank you for the 11 months of Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome back. To all my folks that are resubbing with Prime today, by the way, there's a good chance you missed my sub survey going out over the weekend. You could take a couple minutes out of your day to join the Discord server and give me some feedback on that. I would appreciate it. So again, this does half their life. Then they take a bunch of Underworld Dreams triggers. Don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Gray Bear! Thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Alright, think about your sideboarding. Let's run it back. Run it back now, y'all. I did email the survey. Sometimes it gets spam foldered, though, or people don't have emails enabled. So, that went... I emailed it out Friday night, I think. If I recall correctly. Hey, Big Bean Claws, thank you for the brand new Prime. I appreciate that. If you're a new sub today too, by the way, just anybody that supports my content, pop in the subs Discord server, grab the link and fill that out. If you're new to the channel, or if you just haven't filled out one of my surveys before, I basically use that survey to dictate how I spend my time on stream doing my content. You all basically keep me employed, so I think it's only fair that you dictate the types of stuff that I make. Not only do I decide like the mix of like how much Magic versus other games, but also my split of what I do while Magic, how much historic, how much standard, if it's worth dipping into some Pioneer on Magic Online, etc. So if you have any strong feelings at all about any of that, take a second to fill that out. If you're pretty neutral too, there's an option there that you like everything. That feedback's still good too. Inviction, thank you for the half year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. See, I was a little ambitious, but I think on the draw with the Scry we can keep. We put the fear in them, chat. They're scared. They're scared, chat. No angst option if I hate all your content. Yeah, I just assumed you're not subbed if that's the case. Let's Agonizing Remorse here, see what's up. We could just be getting stepped on here, but they could also be rankling us next turn. Yikes. You know, I guess based on my hand right now, I'd actually rather take the Liliana, because if they spike the land, I can Heartless Act the rankle.
Never cross paths again.
Hey, thanks for the year and a half, Uncle Jeff. Each player discards a card. Well, I have way more cards in hand than you, so deal. Kill this now before they have mana for Village Rites. Nerf Blaster. Thank you for the 13 months. Again, doing this while they're tapped out. So glad to have a place to sack deck list from. Can't count how many times I've went to the end of your videos for review before redeeming wildcards in deck. It's good to check the end. Past Jeff won't let you down. I'll let you know if something's a stinker. I think we've died, chat. I think we've died. Rain Spider, thank you for the 28 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. all in all, I think I can count this one as a success. We successfully killed people with Underworld Dreams plus Peer into the Abyss at least 3 different points during that set. We even won an entire match against Greedy Sultai doing so. I think in the strictly competitive sense, this deck as built is almost assuredly worse than... Where is it? Like this Jund deck was what I based this off of, and I think having something like Ugin and Valky at the top end of your curve is much better than cute, cheeky cards like the Underworld Dreams and the other things. But if you're looking explicitly to combo kill people with this combo, this felt fine. I think if you really wanted to play this yourself, I would probably go up another couple of lands. I'm not sure that I loved Solemn overall, and I feel like I'd like to just get to like 28 lands and probably play 2 other spells. I don't know, you could play 2 Solemns, I suppose, but I think I would want to get to 28 lands missing. We definitely lost. You lose way more games in a deck like this to missing land drops than you do to flooding, and especially with things like cycling lands like this, you could even just play like, you know, like some Mardu cycling lands, just like other black lands that cycle could be reasonable. So could see that being fine. I got over 1,100 people in here already this morning. All right.